That's, okay, I don't even know Mr. Barna that well, so I don't know if he'll do a good job or not. But we're in the middle of a court case. We put in a holding tank for him. Now, if it was
We didn't put it in for him.
She did.
who did we put it in for then? Because if it was a public emergency, because it was sewage going into that pipe, wouldn't we have to have a DEP permit for that? But when I checked with the DEP, they never heard of it. So it can't be sewage water going into that holding tank, it would have to be storm water going in there. If it's storm water, obviously it's not a public emergency. And if all we're doing is putting in a tank to collect storm water to make improvements to Mr. Barna's property, along with a French drain that is making improvements to Mr. Barna's property, I'd like to send a list to the township to see other improvement projects that can be done on my property, because obviously we're in the habit of making improvements to individuals' properties inside the township. Now, I don't know, but I think it was $65,000 I heard was one of the figures for these storms, for the tank and everything else, plus the legal fees that, or at least $96,000 from Mrs. Gallagher, and I don't know how much from Mr. Sweat. We actually could have bought his house cheaper than what it's cost us so far for this issue that we're dealing with. And it possibly couldn't be because of his neighbors. His neighbors want nothing to do with this project. I work with them. So why are we spending all this money for one individual in the township? As a taxpayer, I'd sure like to know, and my next question to Mr. Barna is, if it wasn't a public emergency, I want my money back.